Well, hello, here we are again. Second video. I'm sitting in a car because we're at my wife's grandmother's house and there's just not a quiet place to record, and I wanted to record this session. I wanted to get finally to do the modules or mixins uh, that like the Ruby has. Um, and So I don't really know where to start with this. So other than let's pull up Ruby and let's just see how it works. So if I do class foo, let's do module um, stuff, and it has a stuff method, and that returns the string stuff. I can now mix that in to my own class by including stuff. Now if I do foo.new.stuff. So that module, it is getting mixed in. It's not, what Ruby is not doing is not taking the method from the module and writing it into the class itself, which is what I've thought for a few years of using Ruby. But it's actually doing is appending this module stuff onto, I assume, an array or a linked list uh, onto this class. So the class has a knowledge of all the modules that are mixed in. So if I do foo dot ancestors, I think, yeah. So the way it works is, now that's surprising that foo is an ancestor of itself. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure why exactly. But stuff is definitely an ancestor. And so when you're calling the method, it's going to look on the class itself, and then it's going to look on the the modules, and then it's going to go up the class hierarchy. And I assume it's even going to look on modules of every class. So that could potentially be a lot of busy work, really, to get to find the method that it's looking for. Um, and I think that's why Ruby has a method cache. Well, I'm sure that's why, because this is a lot of work. Once it figures it out the first time, it hardly ever changes, so it um, probably wants to cache that. Um, so, and I should say that one of the things I'm trying to do in building Natalie is building my own compiler called Natalie is not to look at the Ruby source code, but it's to just reverse engineer it. From my knowledge of using Ruby for years and also just what I can figure out in IRB. And that's just a personal challenge to myself. Ruby is completely open source and I could totally look at the source code, but I just want the added challenge of just figuring it out. And I think I'll learn it better as I go if I do it that way. So let's just see what we can do here. And I also know that you can do module other, and I'll just do it. I know you can do this. You can do class foo prepend other. Does that work? So now foo ancestors other comes first. Now this is interesting. It even comes before foo itself. Fascinating, just fascinating. Yeah, I don't really know how that works. I probably won't worry about prepend. I'll probably just worry about making include work. Um, and so, with that being said, I think that what we want to have is, let's open Vim class, and do I want a separate file for modules? I'll just call it a part of class. So we'll do module, and we'll call this just M because I'm lazy. And I'll have a method called m, and it returns the string m, again, because I'm lazy. Class. And then we're going to do class and, what do I want to call this? Yeah, I'm running out of names, right? So I guess I'll call it foo2. Yeah, because I hate naming stuff. Foo2. It's actually starting to rain a little bit. Cool. And we'll do include m. Now, I should be able to assert that foo2.new.m returns the string m. Now that will certainly fail. Did it fail for the right reason? Oh yeah, undefined method m for object. And so undefined method m. Yeah, because it doesn't even know what include is, and then it's thinking that that's some sort of method call or send, and this is an argument, so it's trying to look that up, and that is just breaking for that reason. So if we do, well, I guess we want to start with a parser. Do we want to start with a parser? Because actually, yeah, because module. Oh no, this is actually where the failure was happening. Module, not include. That makes sense because it's not even parsing that. So we definitely want to do that. Let's do a parser test. Let's go out a little bit. It parses modules, and I'm just going to copy this, and we're going to say module m end, and it's going to parse into a module with the name m with no body, and there. So let's see if that fails. That does fail. It actually turns into a send and blah, blah, blah. Very good, parser. So what we want to do is probably right after class, let's do module. Mod, huh, that's a keyword. I got around that by saying class, but I don't, gosh, I don't even know what to call this. Let's call it mod for now. I might rename that later if I think of something better. So I think it's going to be a lot like this. Module, and then it's going to skip some white space, and it's going to get a class name. Now, class name, let's call this, we can call this a constant, not a class name, right? What if we change class name to constant? That makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, so now it's just a constant. Name is a constant. Method, oh goodness. Expected class name. Expected module name after module keyword. Superclass doesn't have any idea of a superclass. That's good. Skips any white space and a semicolon or new line, some more white space. Yep. Body scans until the end. That's all normal. Skips the end, and then it returns this module name. We don't care about superclass and body. So hopefully that test pass. Yes. So let's go ahead and add that to our index so we don't lose anything. Module, what is this complaining about? Method has too many lines. Oh, yeah, thanks for Rubocop. We don't care. We don't care about Rubocop warnings. I'm over it. I used to care a lot about Rubocop. I was like the Rubocop Nazi. Everything had to make Rubocop happy. And I've decided that the code is actually not any more readable. For the most part. And maybe I'll get into that in another video someday, but I think linters are good in general, and I think linters can help, but I think Rubocop itself is way too opinionated and way too overzealous, and it takes a lot of the fun out of Ruby programming. Because I think there's a lot of different ways to write Ruby, and Rubocop tries to make everyone write the same Ruby, and I don't like it. So just personal preference. I should just turn it off, but I still have it running. Yeah, for whatever reason, but maybe I'll get around to turning it off. Anyway, so the parser is working. So now we get to go look and see like what is a module in terms of a type. It's a lot like a class. So let's do this. It's a lot like a class. Where else do we have class? It's going to be module name. We don't have a superclass, and then we have methods for. Interesting. I wonder if that's going to work because it has the same name. I have a feeling that's not going to be happy. Yeah, redeclares methods. So what if we just reused this, because a module is like a class. I don't need another. I'm going to try this. I don't know if this will actually work, but it might. Okay, where else do we have module value class? That's the only place we have class. So I think we have everything we need to store a module. What is this dealing at? Expected member name or semicolon after declaration specifiers. Yeah, that didn't change. I don't know. Oh, it thinks class. Okay, it's being too smart. It thinks class. The word class with a C is a reserve word. Okay, that's good. So let's see if we can even parse a module and compile it. So let's go to our compiler, and we have class here. It's going to be a lot like this. I'm just going to copy paste, and we're going to say module. It doesn't have a superclass. We're going to say, we're going to call this variable module body. And it declares a function. It writes all the body here. That's all good. Module superclass we don't care about. We can get rid of that. We don't want a subclass. We actually, what we want to do really is nat module. And okay, just to make sure I got this right. So if I do module a.superclass isn't a thing, right? Right, because a module doesn't have a super module. So I think I want to do this nat module. Don't care about that. Environment, do we even care about the environment? Don't care about the environment. We do want to give it a name. That's right. So I want to open this over here. I'll leave that over. Natalie C and nat subclass. I want to copy this, and I'm going to do nat module and nat value module. It has, even though it says class name, I might rename that later, but it's class name for now. Superclass is nothing. It goes ahead and initializes the hash map on methods. That's good. Natalie H, the header file, and nat subclass. And we're going to put this here. And because that's below it, right? Yeah. Perfect. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. So let's go back to our compiler. It's going to set the name and the environment, result name, class body result. Let's say module body result, and result name, env name. Oh, I hope that's right. I think that's right. Result name. Okay, let's see. Does that even compile? If we do bin Natalie execute, let's do debug execute module m and no body. Well, we didn't get any errors. That's great. It's definitely doing that right. It's doing that module correct. And this, okay, module body 1 is passing this in as self. We don't have anything here, so it's just returning nil. That makes sense. And then if we do def m and end, does that work? So there's a module body, nat define method m, which is this function. I think, I want to say that's right-ish. That's true. Yeah, I think that's right. I think we need an inspect on module though. And what is the class? Interesting. What is the class of a module? Module m. What is the class of it? Oh, it's module. And what is the class of that? It's class. Okay, so actually, we got some more work to do. Module class name. So I still want it to have a class. Yeah, so let's do this. Class is, oh, it's always going to be module. Do I need to look that up? I'm going to need the environment here. Yeah, and then over in, yeah, no, I know you're not happy with me. In the compiler, I need to fix that because I didn't pass the environment here. And then in main.c, I need to create that hierarchy. Class. So it's basically, it's a lot like this one. It's gonna oh goodness. This is hard. This is hurting my brain. We're gonna call this module. And it's a subclass of that. And then we want to set this here. Module. Okay, good so far. And I gotta think. So if I do then Natalie here in my REPL and I do module m and I end it, it's gonna break. No, that didn't break, but this will. Undefined method inspect for module. Okay, so we definitely need an inspect for our module. And let's do class. Let's just save this as nat module.c. And we're going to call this module h, module new, to do, right, this. I'm just going to say to do. Yeah, I need to think that through a little bit, but let's just stay here. Module, because if you do module.new, if you do module.new, what do you get exactly? I guess you get a module with a, that wouldn't be too hard to write, but I don't need it right now, so I'm just gonna do that later. Module inspect self, and we're gonna make sure that this is a module, and then we're gonna turn a string with the class name. Well, that's easy enough. Yeah, that's easy enough. Okay, so go back over here, inspect. Where do I set the inspect? There we go. And we're going to do this. Let's say module methods inspect module inspect. So does that fix this issue? No, I broke something. Oh, right. I didn't actually write the header file. Nat module C class H save as module.h module. We don't have that yet. Module inspect. And now maybe module m end. No, why did that not work? Module inspect. Oh, and main.c, I include all the things at the top. Module, all the headers. Oh, didn't need that. Module m and get nil because there's nothing in the body. M and it inspects it. Perfect. Dot class should, oh right, I don't have a method class. That's fine. That's normal, or that's at least expected. So let's add all this because something is working. Something is working. What? Okay. We're making good progress. So I can actually make a module now. I just can't include the module. Now the funny thing, or the interesting thing is when I do class here and I do include there, what is this being sent to self, and self is the class? I think that's right. I think that's interesting. Yeah, so include is a method on, oh yeah, I know, class A, and a.include, I know that's not going to work, module B. Okay, if I do B, it's a method on the class itself. So I may not need to do any special syntax for include. It's just a method call. And so a class has an include method on its singleton methods. Now this is that's a whole nother can of worms. Ruby actually doesn't have a thing called singleton methods. It has a singleton class or an eigenclass, and which actually has methods on it. And I don't even have that concept. I just have, for now, I have singleton methods, and this is going to bite me later, but I'm not going to worry about it. But if I go to class.c and do class include here, I'm going to make sure that that is a class, and we're going to assert that arg count is 1. I assume you can only include, oh boy, that's probably a bad assumption. A, module B, module C, class A, include B, C. Interesting. A dot ancestors actually does accept both of them. So technically, I just need to make sure it's at least one argument. And all these asserts, these should actually be returning exceptions, but we don't have exceptions yet. So they're just assertions right now. So I need to do for size t less than arg count plus. Inside of here, we need to do something. But I don't think I have all that I need yet because I don't really have anywhere to stick these. It's going to be something like this, right? It's going to, oh no, it's not going to be hash map. It's going to be nat object modules or mixins. A.modules, is that a thing? No. A.methods minus class, no. Object.methods. I don't know if that's going to work. Object.new.methods. Superclass, new included modules. Interesting. Included modules. Included modules. BC and kernel. Kernel's mixed into everything? I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't realize that at all. I guess that's how puts works everywhere. Puts works everywhere because the kernel module is mixed in everywhere. Yeah. Ah, learned something. I like learning stuff. But yeah, it has included modules. I wonder if I should just call it the same thing. Included modules. Yeah, let's do that. And this is an array of nat object pointers. And that means that when I do alloc, I need to actually create that. Do I need to create it? Or does it just need to be null? Excuse me, does it just need to be null for now? Included modules. Just, oh, I can't type. Make that null for now. Right? Or should I make it a Ruby array? Or not, should I make it a Natalie array? Should I make an actual array object? That's an interesting, no, I don't think I can because then you've got like some sort of recursion. Got recursion going on. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's not do that. That sounds like a whole nother can of worms. But included modules, and then we're gonna, oh, let's do this. Let's make a function for including nat include module. Let's do class include. Yeah, because it's going to be nat class C. So it's going to call that here. Nat class include. It's going to be self args I, and it's going to call this one. And what this one is going to do. Oh man, this is hard. No, it's not going to be name. Do I even need env? I don't think I need that. Nat object class, nat object module. Right. And then class included modules. It's always going to have to do a realloc. I'm copying this because I always forget the order. Is going to be the pointer. Will realloc work if there was no malloc? Probably not. So I need to check if null. Okay, that's fine. And then the size of a pointer times, oh, but I don't know the size now. Ugh. Yeah. Do I need that? Yeah, I do. I do need that. And then the alloc is going to have to say 0. If it's 0, let's do malloc, because we're always adding 1. This is just for one object. And this is going to be realloc. Let's add to that. And then if this is 1, then we just malloc it. If it's more than 1, then we do times class included modules count. Right. And then oh boy. Modules count -1, or is it -2? Okay, here's what we do. It was 0, and then we made it 1 with 1 slot. We made it 1 with 1 slot, and this is the 0th slot, so it'd be -1. Because, yeah. And then if we had 1 and we increased it to 2, because so now our count is 2. What's happening? Oh, time to breathe. Oh boy. Now we have 2 slots. We want to insert into the first slot, which is the length of -1. Yeah, that's right. So it's going to be -1. And then this is the module. So that, my friends, easy peasy. Oh my. Nat module, nat class include. Nat module. So we're going to put that here. And we're going to put, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Number can be by itself. Nat module. Nat class include. I think, oh, I think that'll work. It'd be cool if I had, yes, let's do this. Let's do included modules. And so we can actually see what they are. We're gonna have to make an array. Object modules equals nat array env, and then this is going to be self included modules count. We're going to do nat array push. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. Minor distraction, that's fine. Nat array push self included modules, the ith one. And this needs to be modules, and I think that will push it, and then we'll just return the modules. That will return an array of the modules. What are you complaining about? Expected identifier. What? What do you mean expected identifier? Same error here. Do I not know how to do a for loop anymore? I really have lost my mind. Unused parameter env, that's fine. We're doing an assert, which it's fine with, and then all of a sudden it doesn't like a for. Expected identifier or parens. Oh, well, it helps if you actually say I here. Okay, so these two methods need to be in that class H. Oops, and I can't see that because of my camera. There we go. Let's put that there. I don't know. Yeah, you're just yelling about stuff. That's fine. Main C, and this needs to have an included modules. Included modules. Okay, I did a lot of code without testing anything. I'm pretty sure this is going to break. But let's do debug. Let's do module A. Let's do class B, include A, and we'll do B dot, let's do print B dot included modules. So we're going to print it, and we're going to get an error, or we're just going to get an endless loop. Holy moly, that actually worked. It took a while. I don't know why it took so long. Okay, it was just my computer doing something stupid. Now it is complaining about, okay, Natalie C line 90. What is that? Natalie C 90. What is this complaining about? Oh, right, I didn't return anything. I assume this returns null. Oh, what's the return? IRB class module A end class B include A end. Wait, what? Class C end. It returns B. It returns the class it added it to? Wild. Okay, that's fine. So it returns the class. Return class. Actually, you know, this could be void. So at this level, I don't really care. It's actually over here at class C. It's actually here that I care about. Oh no, here. Which is gonna be return self. Yeah, so I think that's fine. I'm gonna see if there's any other errors. Oh, I actually broke something. How did I break something? Oh, I know what I did. I didn't match the header. LEH. That was here. Hopefully. Okay, so now is it happy? Wait, what? Oh, helps if I put a semicolon there. Come on, where you at? Find her. Oh, right. Okay, no warnings. That's good. And it returns a list. Holy moly. That is so cool. Okay, so what if I do module B and then we'll say this is class C, include A, include B, and C. Does it work? No, that does not work. That did not work. Why didn't that work? Does it work if I just include one of them and then I include another? No, actually got smaller if I include B. Is B somehow different? B's not different, right? Okay. Probably my realloc. I probably don't know how to do a realloc. I'm probably confused. Oh boy. I didn't even write the rest of this. Oh, I did it. Oh goodness. I'm like the smartest person in the whole world. Because realloc has the number. Oh no, it has the pointer. Sorry, my bad. It has the pointer and then it has the size. Right. Okay. So this is included modules. Does that work? Maybe. Include A and B. Yay, it works. Okay, include A and then include B. Two separate calls. It works. Okay, I wanna do this. Add that to the index. Whew, making some progress. This is cool. Now I think I just need to look at yes, oh, I get so excited. Natalie C. Nope, I'm already in here. Okay. Where do we do nat send? We do nat send here. This is this yeah, we don't care about that right now. This isn't, we're not worried about class stuff. We're just doing nat call method on class. Nat call class. It first looks at the methods on the class. And then it should look at all of the modules mixed in. And then I think it should go up the hierarchy. Yes. Yes, so let's work on this. Let's say, this could actually be recursive, this whole thing. So like instead of this while loop, I could actually just make it recursive. I think I will. Actually. But I'm scared to do that refactor right now with this semi-broken state of things. Let's just see. Do I just have one broken test that I could comment out? I just have one broken test. I'll comment it out. And that was in class Natalie. Yep. And we're just going to, oh, right, we don't have comments yet. I really gotta fix that. Oh, no comments. That's actually bitten me multiple times and I keep thinking I'll work on it. That'd be a nice short video though. I'll do it next maybe. Okay, so we got passing tests. That's good. I want to make this recursive. I don't want to do this. I want to say, here's the class. If it's null, which it should never be null, but just for some reason it's null, or if it's not a class, then actually I just want to assert that it's never null. And I want to assert that it's always a class because, yeah, I think that should be a hard fail. If it's the top class, it's going to be here. It's going to be, we're going to return nil. I don't know if that's right or not, but let's, okay, so let me go through this. First, it looks for the method. If it can find the method, it calls it and returns a result. If we're the top class, so the class, the class called class, if we're there and we couldn't find the method, we're definitely going to return nil. And in fact, we're not going to return nil. We're just going to abort. We're going to do this. That's what this is for. Not going to return nil. We're going to print an error. Eventually this will be an exception, but for now it's just print the error and abort because it wasn't on the top. Presumably you've gone through the whole hierarchy. That's good. So now, looks like my headphones are getting low. I may have to stop this video and start again in a little while when I have some more battery in my headphones. Yeah, let's do that. We'll pause it. I'll come back.